But the next step for us for the digital dashboard, and the one that I'm most excited about, is making information available to the public. So the public can go on and see what is happening with major projects. Why are they delayed? Where are they delayed? So the public can also see, and this relates more to the work that Minister McConnell's ministry is working on. The public can also see what is happening with their own personal interactions with the government of Barbados. I have an application somewhere. I need to be able to see where it is, who's responsible for it, where it is in the system. Because I think it is that kind of blindness about how government functions and when something goes in, where does it go and will it ever come out? I think having this kind of online platform and this tool is a big part of that. But briefly before I close and we turn to the other panelists, I also want to re-emphasize the role of statistical systems at the national level. The Barbados Statistical Service, which is part of the Ministry of Economic Affairs, generates practically all of the country's economic and social data. It does labor force survey, survey of living conditions, household budget survey, everything that is happening with a population in terms of the economy and in terms of society. The Barbados Statistical Services does surveys and is responsible for publishing those. We, as the government of Barbados, intend for the Barbados Statistical Service to become an independent statistical institute. That means that its information is published without reference to me as a minister, because either it's true or it's not. And once we make sure that we have strengthened the methodologies and we can rely on the methodologies, then that data should go directly to the citizens of the country. Data on your party level, the various deprivations that people are facing, as long as these are not national security issues, there's no reason why some of the key information that is published by the Statistical Service should not be made available. Finally though, to pick up on something that Minister Jordan said earlier, understanding this information is key. I was very encouraged by some of the work that the IMF did recently here in engaging with media, with civil society, and starting to talk through what some of this information really means for people.
But we know that corruption actually has a disproportionate cost on women, because we're the ones running the household, we're the ones managing limited budgets, and if we don't have to pay a bribe to get something done, it would really help. It would really help how we do business and how we look after our families. Also, we know that, unfortunately, in this region, for example, in Barbados, 30% of people have experienced sextortion in their lifetime. Now, I actually didn't know this word existed before, but there is such a thing. So having to exchange sex for a government transaction. I've heard of anecdotal, but I didn't see the data before. 34% in Barbados, 24% in the Bahamas, 22% in Guyana. That's an unacceptably high amount of sex for a government transaction. I don't think we want to be very proud of that. My final thoughts on this topic is that civil society has a huge role. We know some of you have watchdog organizations, some of you are using the access to information you can get from government databases to put more information out there so that citizens can really be aware of not only what's going on, what their rights are, and how we can help governments, put pressure on governments to get better outcomes. My final comment on this is, of course, with access to information and with digital platforms, the government has a responsibility to protect the privacy of individual data. So data protection legislation is really important in this whole attempt to put everything on a digital platform. It's really important. So in your conversations, I think this is where you want to take your advocacy. Thank you very much.